My brother and I got two systems. One is the 1000x magnification system. The other is the 1000x shrinkage system. My brother wanted to show off magic tricks in front of his crush. He grabbed the 1000x shrinkage system first. I had to take the remaining one. But no one expected the rain apocalypse to hit 3 days later. Everyone was trapped in their high-rise apartments. Resources became the key to survival. With my 1000x magnification system, one magnified biscuit could last me months. I scrimped and saved, and finally survived the apocalypse, only to be tied up and pushed off the building by my evil brother. You selfish bastard. You just watched everyone starve to death. Are you even human? I'm avenging everyone today, and avenging my beloved sister Xiaoling too. When I opened my eyes again, I was back at the system selection moment. My simp brother immediately grabbed the 1000x magnification system first. I knew right away he was reborn too. I smiled when I saw this. Please choose your systems. I want the 1000x magnification system. My brother cut in impatiently. Binding successful. Magnifies all items by 1000 times. Cannot be used repeatedly on the same item. Valid for 7,600 hours. Heh bro, you won't fight me for this, right? Looking at his smug, annoying face. I said nothing. Of course not, I love you the most, little bro. Then I'll take the 1000x shrinkage system. He seemed relieved, thinking I wasn't reborn. System binding successful. I stared at him coldly, with no warmth left for him in my heart. You want to be a savior? Go do it yourself this lifetime. The apple on the table suddenly grew huge and crushed the coffee table. My brother jumped up excitedly. Ha ha ha, it actually works. The magnification system is mine. He turned around and looked at me cheekily. Bro, your shrinkage system seems pretty useless. Yeah, it's not that useful. It can only, do magic tricks. I reached out and touched the broken coffee table, and it vanished instantly. Ha 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 for cleaning up stuff. Bro, your shrink system is so lame. Bro, give me some cash! I'm gonna hang out. I locked the door right after he left. There's only 3 days left till the apocalypse. Time is tight. First step, max out all online loans. I scraped together 500,000 yuan. Before heading out, I found my brother's ID card and put it in the microwave to demagnetize it. I came back with all my supplies at dusk and hid them in the pried-open living room ventilation duct. To prepare for the apocalypse, I also ordered custom tempered glass. Using the ventilation duct, I built a tiny survival base, installed a small wind turbine and full-spectrum light strips. After finishing all this, I started online shopping like crazy. That night, I heard noise from the opposite apartment. It was my brother and our neighbor, Sister Xiaoling. You're really giving me this apartment. Of course, I paid for it in full. It's yours. Thanks. It's really inconvenient living with my parents downstairs. It's not just about convenience. You'll thank me even more later. My heart sank. He knew the downstairs would get flooded, but where did he get the money? I demagnetized his ID card after all. Oh no, my property deed. Thank you, Wang Ze. You're so nice to me. No. Haha, anything for you. I'd do anything. When my grinning fool brother Wang Ze walked in, he looked flustered when he saw me. I got straight to the point. Where's my property deed? Bro, I mortgaged it. Where's the money from the mortgage? I used it to buy Sister Xiaoling an apartment. I worked my ass off to buy this apartment. The down payment came from selling our old family house. I have a share in that too, okay? Why does everything have to be yours? Wow, you've really grown up, huh? Of course I'm grown up. I even graduated from college. I'm way smarter than you. Humph. Humph. He turned around and went back to his room and slammed the door hard. As stepbrothers with no blood relation, if I hadn't promised my dying stepmom, why would I have put up with this burden for 10 years in my last life? Fine, let's see who has a better time in the apocalypse. I went back to my room and kept ordering stuff. Next day before heading out, I left 5,000 yuan on the sofa. Just to get him out of my hair for a while, I ran into Xiaoling's whole family when I went downstairs. Anyone who buys a high-rise apartment is an idiot. Wait till they get old and have trouble moving around. They'll suffer like hell. And if they want to install an elevator later, they gotta compensate us at least 1 million yuan. Don't even think about it. You little brat. 1 million is nowhere near enough. It has to be 10 million. His mom smacked him right across the face. I couldn't help sneering. Today I went out to dig soil and buy seeds, surveillance cameras and hardware tools. Sure enough, my little brother wasn't home when I got back. Perfect time for me to install the cameras. Then I used my power to shrink several sacks of seeds and put them into my mini base. The second time I went out, I brought back a bunch of chickens, ducks, and pigs shrunk 1,000 times. Ding! The doorbell rang. My little brother is back, with internet celebrity Zhang Xiaoling next to him. This is your brother Wang Tao. Yeah, bro. This is Sister Xiaoling. I heard she was the village belle of our hometown back then. I know who she is. Wang Zi, I want to go back and rest. Zhang Xiaoling went to the apartment opposite. My brother looked at me eagerly. Bro, can you give me some more money? I'm your favorite little brother, you know. Don't come back unless you have to. I transferred 5,000 wen to him. Thanks, this counts as advance payment for me. Material enlarging service fee later. Wang Zi plopped down on the sofa, grabbed an apple from the coffee table and took a bite. Then he spotted a bag of seeds I left there. Wait, hold on, bro. Why are you hoarding this stuff? It's been really gloomy lately, and we somehow got those systems out of nowhere. I'm worried something bad is gonna happen, so I stocked up on seeds just in case. Ha ha ha, bro, you are so dumb. I've got an enlarging system, duh. What the hell do we need these for? He threw the seeds into the trash in disgust. Now he's even more sure I haven't been reborn. After all, there's no sunlight to grow veggies in the rain apocalypse. I rolled my eyes and went back to my room. When I woke up, the rain got heavier. When I was leaving home, my brother Wang Zi was carrying stuff for Zhang Xiaoling from across the hall. What a total simpy. So much cheap stuff is useless. Zhang Xiaoling blocked the door looking disgusted. Trust me, Wang Zi was anxious, but he didn't want to tell the truth. He probably wanted to impress her when the apocalypse hits. Bro, let me move the stuff to our place first. Suit yourself. Bro, where are you going? It's raining outside. To the office? But... He glanced at Zhang Xiaoling next to him and swallowed what he was going to say. I knew he wouldn't ask me to stay. I tightened my jacket and walked away quickly. The lobby downstairs of the office was already full of stuff I ordered. Dude, why did you buy so much stuff? Did you win the lottery or something? Is this revenge spending? There's way too much stuff to carry alone. You should ask a few coworkers to help. I shook my head. No need. Where's my most expensive package? I paid 5,000 yuan for shipping insurance on it. Nothing went wrong with it, right? Nope. The delivery guy took it out. I opened the package. Inside was a miniature villa. This thing cost me 200,000 yuan. This is just a toy for rich people. Dude, you should have bought a Xiaomi car with that money. The delivery guy joked. Huh. I don't want to have to park it on the greenbelt. I handed him a Chunghwa cigarette. After I confirmed everything was fine, I put all the stuff together and reached out my hand. The second the delivery guy turned to light his cigarette, he turned back and the mountain of stuff was gone. Whoa, what the hell? He rubbed his eyes, totally confused. Wait, dude, you saw that just now, right? The stuff, where is it? Nah, I didn't see anything. I stuffed the shrunk stuff into a black bag, only holding the miniature villa package in my hand. I only received this one package. The delivery guy plopped down on the ground. Just messing with you, I saw it just now. It vanished all of a sudden. I knew it. Is this place haunted? This company does have a lot of bad vibes, honestly. The real estate business has been terrible these past few years. Workers here are super stressed out. I patted his shoulder and turned to go upstairs. Today's my last day at work. I sat down at my desk and immediately started downloading movies. Vowed to fill up hundreds of terabytes of storage. The table was covered with takeout. I was slacking off leisurely. Cicely next to me leaned over. Xiao Wang, we haven't seen each other for a whole weekend. Did you win the lottery? Maybe the good days won't last long. Manager Pang, who was late, showed up. What the hell are you looking at? Did you sell a house today? Get back to work properly right now. When he walked past me, he saw me openly slacking off. He was so mad he almost burst a lung. Wang Tao, you little shit, are you ignoring me? Shut up! I smacked him right across the face. The slap made him spin around on the spot. He covered his face, stunned. Relax, it's normal to feel a little dizzy. I sat back grinning. You dare hit me! You fucking dare hit me. So what if I hit you? Do you still want to keep this job? I asked back, leaving Manager Pang confused as hell. Wait, that's supposed to be my line, right? It's my turn to talk now. Seeing how confident I was, he couldn't figure out what to do for a moment. You stop yelling like a maniac. I'll keep what happened in the office that night a secret. I put a finger to my lips. As soon as I said that, Manager Pang's old face turned from red to green. Don't talk nonsense. We'll settle the score for you hitting me today. Another day. Manager Pang left. Sis Lee leaned over again to ask, what happened with Manager Pang in the office? How would I know? I shrugged my shoulders. The real stuff is in the next episode. The apocalypse is long. Can't survive without entertainment. The company's internet speed is way faster anyway. I unplugged the hard drive and stuffed it into my briefcase. Download's all done. A delicious smell drifted over. It was Sister Hua, the boss. People who don't know would think you're the boss. I told you to treat the company like your home, not to run the place like you own it. I ignored her teasing. Turned around and wrote the address and contact info on a sticky note. I stood up and slapped it on her chest. What do you want? This is my home address, plus my contact info in a simple map. Come find me if you can't make it later. I like you, by the way. I left coolly. Xiao Wang? A suppressed growl came from behind me. I stopped in my tracks, took off my work badge and threw it into the trash can. I pointed at myself over my shoulder. Stop calling me Xiao Wang or Xiao Tao all the time. Call me Brother Wang when you see me from now on. I gave a thumbs up, turned around and left. Security will come if I don't leave now. The delivery guy downstairs saw me. He bent over immediately to apologize. I'm sorry. I lost your parcel. It's all my fault. I'll find a way to compensate you. Hope you can give me some more time. His nervous look made me think of myself when I first started working. I stopped to comfort him. The stuff isn't lost. I already got it. Huh. It's really not lost? I can do magic, that's all. Really? I curled the corner of my mouth into a smile, like giving a piece of advice to my old self. It's raining hard, you should go home. Stock up on more daily supplies. This rain might never stop. After saying that, I opened my umbrella and walked into the rain. Today's task is to ransack the supermarket. Most of the 10 years of supplies I bought online have arrived. When the system's validity period ends, that's when the apocalypse rain stops. I'm starting to get excited. It's food's turn today, in the largest supermarket in the city. Everywhere I walked, all items shrank instantly and got tossed into my briefcase. I wasn't planning to pay. The alarm blared like crazy when I walked out the door, but the security guards didn't find anything. Standing outside the mall, I wondered how to spend the remaining 100,000 yen until I saw inside the souvenir shop. That compound bow hanging on the wall. How much for this weapon? This is a work of art. It's a milestone in human competitive sports. The boss glanced at me impatiently. Will you sell it for 100,000 yen? Deal. Then I ordered a cup of milk tea, got off at the gas station outside the community, sent a screenshot of the plane ticket to my little brother. Hey bro, my company just sent me on a last-minute business trip out of town. I sent you $500. Order takeout for yourself tonight. Only 500? You're so cheap, bro. Fine, I got it. I'm watching Sister Xiaoling's live stream right now. It's so freaking good. I sent another message right away. I have 50 grand left in my bank card. It's under the pillow in my room. Don't you dare touch it, okay? Got it, bro. Sure enough, he immediately hailed a cab and rushed to the ATM. I walked into the gas station. I said to the yawning lady working there, fill her up with 98, please. Kid, where's your car? I don't have a car, just need gas. Want a gas can? Rental fee's $25. No need for a can, just fill it up. I handed over my empty milk teacup. Huh? That's it. You only want $5 worth of gas in this cup. Yep. Ha ha ha, $5. Only $5. Ha ha ha. You're nuts, kid. She was laughing so hard she couldn't stand up straight. On my way home, a Ferrari pulled over right on the lane line. The blonde guy in the car rolled down the window. I walked over to him. I spat right on his cigarette. What the hell, man? The blonde guy got out of the car. I didn't wait for him to get his footing. I kicked him right in the crotch. Damn it, that's such a cheap shot, that hurts. He fell down in the rain. His broken shouts came from behind me. Doc, where's my car? Wait, that's not right. Where'd my car go? Where is it? When I got home, I started the final phase of my plan. I took out the miniature villa model and set it down in the living room. I pushed all the shrunken supplies, food, furniture, and packages into it. After I finished all that, I looked at the home I've lived in for 10 years and felt nothing but regret. I sealed the entrance to the model, leaving only a small hole and a hanging string. All set. I stared at the rain pouring outside the window. See you in 10 years. I grabbed the end of the string. I ordered the system. System shrink me down 1,000 times. The whole world grew larger right before my eyes. I held onto the string hanging in midair. I heard the door unlocking from outside. It was my little brother coming home. I quickly turned on the winch and was pulled into the model at full speed. Right before I went in, I made eye contact with my brother who just walked in. He didn't notice tiny me at all. Wang Tao, you son of a bitch. You tricked me into running all that way. What the hell is wrong with you? My little brother Wangze was so mad he started kicking the sofa hard. Wait a second. Why do I feel like something's missing? The mountain of supplies at home is completely gone. Just then, the text I sent him arrived. Hey bro, I took all your supplies. I'm boarding the plane now. Bye-bye. Asshole! You fucking asshole! Wangzi was so furious he started smashing everything around him. Wait, no, this bastard is faking it. He obviously got reborn too. No wonder, what kind of person does that? Tricking your own little brother like this? Fine, fine, fine. Let's see what good that useless shrink system of yours does. When you come begging me for help later, I won't even spare you a glance. Unbelievable. I was snickering behind the small hole above his head. Who flies in this kind of rainy weather? I turned off the hoist and blocked the entrance with a metal sheet. I flipped the switch, and the light strip turned on. The shrunken Ferrari was parked right by my feet. I hit the gas. It's way more powerful than a regular model car. I moved all the home appliances into the villa and connected them to the generator for power. Then I soaked in the bathtub, eating the food I inherited from my little brother, watching news reports about this weird heavy rain on TV. I got a text on my phone. It was from Hua Yuqian. What exactly do you know? What does this rain mean? Enjoy the apocalypse, pretty baby. Her good looks are the deadliest poison you can find in the apocalypse. Since she always paid my salary on time, this is my final warning to her. I wrapped a towel around me and walked to the living room. I pulled up the security camera feed, ready to enjoy the apocalypse show as my snack pairing. On the screen, my brother Wangze went from furious to maniacally laughing. I have a 1000x enlargement system, bro. Sooner or later, you're gonna run out of food. When you get on your knees and beg me, then I won't even look at you. How dare you betray me? Just die a painful death in the apocalypse. He grinned maniacally, turned around and pulled Sister Xiaoling from the opposite door inside. What apocalyptic rainstorm? And a 1000x magnification system. CZ, I think you're really out of your mind. When he spotted the hundreds of pound giant apple in the living room, his words got stuck in his throat. Wangzu said like he was presenting a treasure. See how cool my magnification trick is. He then magnified a grape by 1000 times. It even cracked the floor tiles. That's so dope, Z. Thank God we have you. Ha, don't worry, Sister Xiaoling, I'm here. You won't have to worry about running out of supplies. By the way, if it keeps raining like this, the lower floors will get flooded, right? Relax, our floor won't get flooded. My parents and your future brother-in-law are still downstairs. Brother-in-law? I knew Wangze was having his little harem fantasy again. Z, what are you thinking about? Nothing, I was just thinking we should hurry to bring the brothers-in-law up and settle them in your new apartment. Oh, right, before we do that, let's first collect all the storable supplies in the building. Once we magnify them 1000 times and resell them, we'll be freaking rich. You're the brains here, Z. So smart. No wonder you're a college student. You're so good at this. Wangzhou was completely lost in his silly, smug grin. Oh, right. Where's your brother Wang Tao? Don't mention that bastard. He left me behind and ran off alone. Let him die in this apocalypse. Without my magnification system, he's nothing. My Z is such a man. I was munching on watermelon. Couldn't help giving this streamer a like. My dumb little brother is totally hopeless. The endless rainstorm flooded the whole world. The apartment building became an isolated island. At first, Wangze was on top thanks to his power. He played the savior for 3 months before he was beaten to the ground by Sister Xiaoling's brother, that so-called brother-in-law, and turned into a tool for magnifying food. He didn't dare fight back, because in this building, his power, if out of control, would only bury all of us together. He was afraid of death but didn't get the rule of the apocalypse. Only the strongest get to make the rules. After he was hung upside down, he cried and screamed every day, "Brother, save me." My heart softened several times, but the moment I remembered him pushing me off in my past life, I hardened my heart again. I already paid back all the favors from my past life. Just accept the fate you chose for yourself. I said to myself and ignored him after that. The peace didn't last long. A cockroach as big as an elephant suddenly showed up. I was scared out of my wits. Help! Wangze, who was hung upside down downstairs, tilted his head, like he heard my voice. But right then a whip came down on him. The brother-in-law ordered him to work faster. Finish this batch of goods, and I'll let you down to rest for 10 minutes. Hurry the hell up! I panicked and ran back to the villa, took down the compound bow hanging on the wall. I never thought this toy would actually come in handy. But cockroaches are extremely tough to kill. It took me 3 whole days to kill it with traps and fire. The cost was losing half of my food stock. This woke me up completely. There's no absolutely safe paradise in the apocalypse. I decided to seal the vents with iron mesh. That's a huge project. I survived 10 years of way harder times. This little threat is nothing but a piece of cake. I cheered myself on. I went back to the villa, set up a forging furnace, made weapons out of iron wire. After finishing making the weapons, I was about to rest for the night, when I saw something on the monitor that almost made me throw up. Wangze finally fought back. I thought he'd finally grown a backbone. But when Sister Shaoling cried to him, his heart softened again. After one night, he was tied up and hung upside down again. The building got a new queen. I shook my head helplessly. To deal with the crisis, building a protective net is the top priority. I split my time in half on building the net, half on working out. At night, I studied weapon forging materials on my computer, especially guns. Another 3 months passed. The iron mesh was basically finished. I also built a few greenhouses and planted grains and vegetables. When I had free time to check the monitor again, the situation in the building had completely reversed. The endless rainstorm and despair have torn all rules apart. People sick of being exploited launched a rebellion. Sister Shaoling's parents died tragically. She was reduced to a slave. As for Wang Zhe, he was still the same. Sad, upside-down, hanging nuclear-powered production tool. The rioters fully figured out his system. They only left one of his fingers mobile to touch food, so he could activate his system to enlarge items 1,000 times. I watched all this unfold coldly. Just as I expected, once people with special powers are exposed and controlled, they end up as the most miserable beings alive. My younger brother Wang Zhe's eyes have gone completely numb. That naive stupidity in them is long gone. Too bad it's too late. Thanks to Wang Zhe's existence, this building has an endless supply of food. So it entered a short period of utopia. A new order was established very quickly. The leader of the uprising became the king. The building's ecological niche turned into a pyramid structure. Wang Zhe, on the other hand, is a Dalit outside the hierarchy. With zero dignity, I'm just a bystander, enjoying life in my own villa, until a swarm of ants crawled in through the vent. Kill! To defend my home, I fought to the death against the ant army. This battle lasted over a month. The ant army was almost completely wiped out. I also suffered heavy losses. For the next 6 months, I spent all my time reinforcing the vent defenses. Over a year has passed. When I checked the security cameras again, Wang Zhe's eyes were lifeless, as dull as a puppet. Watching him live through each day like it's a year, I felt totally relieved. Power in the building changed hands once again. This time it was outsiders. More and more people fled here across the Yumu Abyss. After a brutal war, the surviving winners built a new dynasty. They used food to trade with other buildings, with no fear that their dynasty would collapse. Because as long as that Dalit is still alive, they'll never run out of food. Wang Zhe has become an unfeeling workhorse. Things have long been out of my control. I can only stay a bystander, living in my own little micro-world. Everything was fine at first, until that centipede elder broke through the defenses and got in. But facing this centipede elder as agile as a train, all my weapons, couldn't hurt it at all. Let's go all out. I charged at it in my Ferrari. I finally got a chance to touch it. Shrink, damn it. After the terrifying centipede elder shrank, I lifted my foot and squashed it with a splat. Killed it easily. I've been alone in this building for 2 years. I survived by reinforcing my defenses and wiping out intruders, until I got a private message. I'm coming to find you. That's Sister Hua, the female CEO, right? I replied. Things have changed completely downstairs. A new leader, a fanatic cult member, actually worships my hanging younger brother Wang Zhe as a god. He uses Wang Zhe's power to spread panic, then controls people with theocratic power. This god is still hanging upside down in the temple. Then what am I living above the temple? I felt a lonely fear from having no one to talk to. I'm like a god, spying on the downstairs through the cameras, but I can't change a single thing. Life was supposed to stay this way, until a group of vagrants arrived on a submarine. One of them was a long-haired beggar, reeking of filth, acting totally crazy. I got another text on my phone. Brother Wang, I'm here. The peace was broken. I craved human contact. I have to save her. I built a small plane out of scrap, but it crashed when I got close. Spending so much time alone thinking means I'm rarely affected by fear. I caught a fly and started training it simply. But I have a feeling she can't wait that long. Outsiders aren't allowed to stay long, until a guard noticed that this stinky beggar is actually a beautiful woman. Catch her right now. The second the group lunged at her, I activated my system and brought her back to my Eden. I set her down on the couch. She curled up. I only heard her whisper softly, "Hungry? Hungry." I immediately got her food. She ate like she was starving to death, grabbing rice and shoving it into her mouth wildly. Slow down, I've got plenty of food here. I stroked her knotted hair and accidentally pulled off her disguise, revealing her fair skin. What's going on here? Can you wait till I finish eating? She didn't stop eating until she was completely stuffed. I told her to go take a shower, but the light that used to be in her eyes was gone. Come sit here. She sat nervously as far away from me as possible. You're already here, right? Make yourself at home. You must have had a rough time getting here, huh? I pulled her over next to me. That line seemed to tug at her heartstrings. She couldn't hold back her tears anymore. She cried on my shoulder until she got tired. Then she finally spoke up. I actually stayed in the company building for over 2 years. All alone. Oh, are you surprised? A little. I was watching the security footage of your meeting in the lobby that day. Everyone else in the company had already left for the day. When I realized something was wrong from the text messages, I sent all the security guards away and locked all the upper floor doors. With the supplies in the building, I made it through 2 whole years. Then why didn't you contact me? No power at first. Plus, I didn't want to reach out to you anyway. I was still in touch with my family back then. They were super worried and waiting for rescue too. Then the company lost power entirely, so I couldn't get in touch with anyone outside anymore. I suffered through over 2 years in the dark like that, until the fleet showed up. What kind of ship was it? A submarine? So they kidnapped and assaulted you. Can you not assume the worst of me? She poked me in the head and pushed me away angrily. Come on, it's the apocalypse. It's hard for me to imagine. A pretty woman having a normal, safe experience out there. That was my dad's ship. Huh. My dad is super rich. That company I ran, he gave it to me just for fun. When I went missing for ages, he built this ship to come find me. By the time he picked me up, we found out. The Hua Group building that still kept the civilized system had already fallen due to a rebellion. We had nowhere to stay anymore, so my dad became the captain and started wandering around with me and the few remaining crew members. He was scared my good looks would cause trouble, so he made me dress up like this. Didn't the other crew members know your real appearance? They're all dead. Did your dad do that? Yeah, I didn't expect it either. They all died after one meal. My dad pretended to be a kind captain and picked up survivors along the way. Maybe he was trying to atone for the crimes he committed, who knows? The newly formed fleet kept wandering around after that. Then do we need to rescue your dad? My dad isn't on that ship. He was killed during a trade dispute. The newly elected captain didn't kick me off, because my dad had said before that I was the ship's lucky charm. I froze for a second. People actually believed that. Sister Hua laughed. Actually, it's because I have control of the ship's self-destruct system. She pulled out an old beat-up phone. My phone has the self-destruct program installed, and it can also temporarily disable the ship's operating system. As time went on, multiple captains came and went, but I was always the safest lucky charm on the ship. You've been through so much. I held her and comforted her. It's not that bad. My dad once asked me if there was any place I wanted to go. I told him I wanted to come find you. I thought maybe only by finding you. Could I find a real safe haven? It turned out finding me had become her reason to keep living. Tears rolled down my face again. I'm here for you always. I became her hope to keep living, even her entire spiritual support. Xiao Wang? Call me something else. Brother Wang? Nope, try again. What do you want me to call you? She wrapped her arms around my neck and asked seriously, Baby? No, that's too embarrassing. Then call me husband. In your dreams. I grabbed her hand while we were messing around. We looked into each other's eyes. Be my girl. Live here with me. I'll protect you. I'll take care of you for the rest of your life. Then I carried her to the bedroom. She pointed at the pile of worn-out dolls in the corner. What's up with those? Don't pay attention to them. A chill ran down my spine, and I scolded her, You can't talk about your seniors like that. Asshole. He twisted my ear and spun it all the way around. After that, I pulled her into my arms. Do you love me? I don't know what love is. I didn't know before, and I still don't know now, I answered honestly. You don't like me. I do. Then why? I hesitated for a moment before speaking. I always think there's a difference between liking and love, though I don't know what that difference is either. You'll find out. Sister Hua huddled in my arms. This place is like heaven right now, Hua Bao. You're mine now. How do you claim sovereignty? I thought about how I used to fantasize about marrying a female CEO and reaching the peak of my life. I never thought it'd happen this way. Our sweet moment was interrupted by a vibration. What's going on? Probably another rebellion broke out. Rebellion. I brought Sister Hua to the sofa. Sure enough, a rebellion was breaking out on the monitor. The Pope faction and the Deity faction are already fighting all the way to the temple. The Pope faction has the strongest power, but they don't dare attack the hanging deity. That instead gave the Deity faction a chance to counterattack. A group of people rushed forward and cut the ropes binding the deity. I'm free. No trace of his former innocence could be seen on Wang Zi's pale face. His satisfied smile was full of greed. The free deity brought fear with him. The fighting unconsciously came to a stop. Help me up. Wang Zi stood up. His eyes were like an abyss. They intimidated all these blasphemers. Do it. What kind of god is he anyway? Kill him now. The Pope, who rushed over after, was furious. But when the butcher knives were raised, they were aimed at the Pope this time. A satisfied smile appeared on Wang Zi's face again. He tilted his head up and mumbled to himself, "Brother, I'm free. I will find you and kill you again." I stared at the monitor screen. I didn't speak for a long time. Sister Hua, who was snuggling in my arms, asked curiously, "Lao Wang, who is this crazy deity's brother?" I slowly lowered my head. "Your husband, me." Huh. She quickly realized what was going on. "I get it. Your powers are exact opposites, right? The supplies here are super abundant. I always thought you did this when we first arrived. I only found out it wasn't you after we got here. The deity was imprisoned, but you're free." My power is shrinking objects 1,000 times their size. His is the exact opposite of mine. The same thing is we can't alter. Objects we've already used our powers on. Oh, got it. What does he mean by killing you again? Sister Hua looked at me again. I lowered my head. The corner of my mouth curled up slightly. Satisfy me and I'll tell you. No way. Wang Zi searched the entire building and found nothing. He punished his followers severely. I don't believe it. He must be here. Even if I have to tear down the whole building, I will find him. God Zi, this is your holy sword. Holy my ass! This is a phone, a damn phone. Looking at the message from my little brother Wang Zi on my phone, I laughed. My dear Oni-san, where are you hiding anyway? I decided to mislead him a little, so I pulled Sister Hua and used the blue and white film from a toothbrush to fake a shoddy distant view on the wall. Took a photo of me hugging her. Had AI edit it to look more natural, then sent it over. My dear Otuto, your brother is on a sunny beach. The fill light above my head does look a lot like the sun. Sunny beach bikinis? Jealous, little bro. Wang Zi's veins popped out on the monitor. You're a human. I'm a god. This reply almost made him pass out. He calmed down and looked at the picture carefully. It seemed he didn't spot any flaws, but it also looked like he noticed something off. Are you on some mountain? The highest peak? Bullshit, Wang Tao. I know you're here somewhere. I swear I will find you and kill you. I laughed, rolled my eyes, and sent another message, Otuto. Why is your impotent rage so funny? Wang Zi jumped in shock. He spun around trying to find the hidden camera I planted. Somebody come tear this whole room apart right now. Of course they found absolutely nothing. Only then did he realize he'd been tricked again. I sent him another message right after, "You think you're the one calling the shots, huh? I can turn your so-called freedom into a total joke whenever I want." That was a really effective threat. Wang Zi immediately assumed I was going to mess with his food supply. He ordered tighter security right away. He fell right into my trap again. I had zero plans to touch his food. Just stringing him along was more than enough. I turned off my phone. I took Sister Hua to pick strawberries in the strawberry patch. Old Wang, how many years do grapevines take to bear fruit? They bear the first fruit 2 years after planting. They start producing high yields in the 3rd year. Peak production hits in the 4th and 5th years. Wow, Sister Hua is super energetic. I have never felt this way before. Who knew growing and harvesting stuff could be this fun? 'Cause you used to be so stuck up. You never paid attention to ordinary people's lives. Ugh, you are so annoying. Having her around totally changed my life. I want to protect everything I have now. On the surveillance feed, Wang Zi jolted awake from a nightmare. He was screaming at the top of his lungs. 2 of his believer guards rushed in. Save me. My brother is trying to kill me. He's gonna kill me. He's gonna shrink me down. Hurry up! He was gasping heavily for air. His forehead was covered in cold sweat. The guards were half doubtful about the brother he mentioned. They were even a little scared of this brother. To solidify his power, Wang Zi started spreading his own doctrine. The world has been baptized by the supreme god. He is the sea god Zi walking among mortals. And the devil coming to ruin all this is me. When I saw all this on the surveillance feed, I couldn't help laughing out loud. It's only been 3 years since the apocalypse started. They have suffered for 3 whole years. These people bought his lies. Or rather, they had no choice but to believe him. They lived in constant fear of my surprise attacks. Wang Zi hadn't slept a single good night ever since. Right at that moment, a subordinate came to report. Lord Zi, we are under siege by water raiders outside. These raiders thought a riot just broke out here, so it's the perfect chance to launch an attack. Wang Zu held an umbrella and walked up to the rooftop. He calmly glanced over the ragtag crowd below. Go tear a few bricks off the wall for me. Huh! Lord Z, we can't damage the building, sir. I make the rules here. Go get those bricks now. The bricks were soon brought to him. Wang Zu hefted one brick in his hand. He walked to the edge of the roof and held out his hand. Say goodnight to the world. He let go of the brick. The brick expanded to 1,000 times its original size. It came crashing down with terrifying force. Just the power of that single brick completely cemented his status as a god to everyone. His divine power also gave them new hope. They believed Lord Z could not only create food, he could also fill up the endless ocean. Wang Zu needed to recruit more believers. He craved to become a true savior in every sense. Back when he was hung upside down by me, he had already gone completely crazy. He had drifted to some kind of extreme. Wang Zi acted more and more like a paranoid god, but he pretended to be merciful in all his words and actions. The ground outside the building was soaked in blood. The place he resided was named Taichu, the birthplace of God. After he finished purging all dissidents, the only person who knew his real past was just Sister Xiaoling. Inside the Z-God temple, Wang Zu dismissed all the other people. He pulled Sister Xiaoling into his arms, but he couldn't help frowning. Talk to me, will you? Lord Z, this humble servant dares not. God, my ass. When you hung me up and beat me, why didn't you call me God then? He was clearly triggered and furious. He grabbed Sister Xiaoling by the collar harshly. My lord, I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I don't want to hear you say you're wrong. I want you to be the Sister Xiaoling I used to know and like. Why? He let go of her collar like all strength left his body. He held his head in his hands, racked with pain. My lord, what should I do? Lie to me, hit me? Torture me, please. This servant dares not. That answer was the final straw. Wang Zu was so angry he fainted on the spot. It was my 4th year living in Eden. I thought I had let go of all hatred and returned to a peaceful life. But my little brother Wang Zi after that, string called love inside him completely snapped. The only goal he has left is to compete with me. He's going further and further down the path of paranoia. Year 5 of the apocalypse. He finally made his move. Under the rain curtain on the rooftop, he yelled at the fanatical followers behind him. God said, let there be light. God said, let there be land. God said he can change everything. Are you ready to give yourselves to save the world? Only our building stands, like a tombstone, unshakable. The lights on it form the 2 characters Taichu. Ah, I can't do anything to change this anymore. Actually, this isn't so bad, think about it. If the apocalypse goes on like this for 10 years, human civilization will still go extinct. If we take a chance, maybe there's still a shot. No, we don't need to change any of this. Humans win in the future. I've seen that future with my own eyes. On the day the rain stops and the sun comes out, on the internet that had gone dead silent like an abyss, countless celebration posts of surviving the disaster wove together like a painting. I can never forget that scene. Really, of course, don't underestimate humans. We grow towards the sun, get through this rain curtain, and we'll bloom again across the earth. Wang Zi's madness is still going on. But how can a tiny, isolated island fill up the whole ocean? All the giants who tried to resist were killed, turned into grim skeletons on Taichu Island. Yeah, that's right, just like that. Wang Zi had completely lost his mind. Sister Xiaoling standing behind him had trembling pupils. She seemed to have regained a little consciousness. She spoke in a weak voice. Will this really save the world? Wang Zi immediately turned around and stepped towards her. Are you doubting me? Doubting your god? I wouldn't dare. Sister Xiaoling knelt down, then stood back up. Wang Zi smiled instead, as if a weight had been lifted. I'm right. Because I've seen the future of humanity. He turned his head away and mumbled in a daze. On the day the clouds part and the sun shows, the internet was completely dead silent. Brother went crazy. He couldn't accept that reality. He went mad. He even got hysteria, saying humanity was saved. I can't accept that reality. If we try to change things, maybe everyone can survive. And we won't have to endure this endless loneliness. The only 2 surviving men left. Can they give humanity a future? I hate his selfishness. I hate that he locked everything down and did nothing. No matter how terrible people are, we should still try to make changes. He has the power to change everything, but he does nothing. So I killed him, then jumped down myself, to go back to the start, to do it all over again. I didn't hesitate to choose to amplify it 1,000 times. I want to be the savior of this world. To fix his wrong way of thinking. I'm the one who's right. Sister Xiaoling to prove all this. I can give up anything. The project went on until the 9th year. Mount Taichu had already risen high into the clouds, becoming the only place in the world above the rain curtain. Countless giant figures at the foot of the mountain turned into tiny, unnoticeable black dots. The past of humanity was buried. The giants' bones turned into soil. This is totally insane. But all I feel in my heart is sorrow. There are only 4 of us left in this building. Creation? I seem to see that unacceptable answer. Sister Xiaoling, we're almost at the final step. Wang Zi's voice was hoarse. He was skin and bones. Only his eyes were still as stubborn as ever. Is it my turn? Sister Xiaoling stepped forward, as if she already knew her fate. I'm about to defeat this apocalypse, but I don't have enough time. The 10-year deadline is almost here. I can't lose, and I don't want to lose. Sister Xiaoling silently walked onto the wall and opened her arms. You'll be different from everyone else. I've modified countless giants. You'll be the most special one of all. I stayed in Eden and only felt the ground shaking. He lost, he can't win. I saw through his stubbornness a long time ago. Everything he did was completely meaningless. Brother, I know you're in this room. Wang Zi's shout woke me up. My giant servants have traveled all over the world, and there's no such place as the one in the photo. So you lied. The sunshine was fake. The only place in the world that gets sunlight is nowhere else but here. Only this Taishu monument. I'm gonna change that hopeless future. After I leave, you stay in your little corner with that older sister of yours. She's your boss, right? I've seen her photo in your wallet. Tucked in the inner layer. You love her, why haven't you done anything about it? As your little bro, I'm at least braver than you. I dare to chase what I want and confess my feelings. I dare to take action. You're the real coward here. Whatever. I didn't come here today to make fun of you. After I leave, don't rush to leave the Taichu monument without me holding them back. The giants won't dare come near this place. This place is the safest. When the time is right, leave with that older sister. Go down the mountain and carry on the future of humanity. The 10-year deadline is up. Wang Zi looked at me. He didn't look surprised at all. Brother, I'm here to get revenge on you. In your dreams. I jumped up in one move. Say goodnight to the world, little bro. Intentional blast punch. When I woke up again, I was still next to the Taichu monument in Eden. You're awake. The 1-year deadline is already over. As per the deal you made with little bro, it's time for us to go down the mountain. Where are all the giants? Listen. There are inhuman roars coming from far away. A group of giants are following the one leading at the front, the female giant to the land of Guikshu. They'll die there. Piles of bones turn into nutrients for the earth and spread out, while life descends from Taichu. Time's up. I walked up to the empty rooftop. What are you still waiting for? Sister Hua, who's got a little baby bump, held my arm. I think I was wrong. You're not wrong. I was silent for a moment and looked into the distance. Hua, this earth is way larger than before. How long do you think our kids will need to see every part of it? I never thought about that. From the birth of life until now, when we built satellites to overlook this planet, it took 3.8 billion years. We've carried on the memories of humanity. The new humans that inherit the old world civilization, how long will it take them to outgrow the narrow idea that the sky is round and the earth is square, and see the truth for themselves? I don't know. Someday, our descendants will deny that our civilization ever existed, because they'll never find any traces of the past. Is it forgotten, or did it never exist? Could those ancient myths also be from when disasters struck? Of people and gods fighting back with everything they had? Those obscure hymns in our memories aren't praising gods. They're praising us humans ourselves. They're for people in the past, the present, and also the future. I don't know. You know, the real Sister Hua died a long time ago. There was no food at all in that building. I liked how it looked on the outside, but I hated what was inside. Thank you for making me love it for being the same inside and out. I'm satisfied too, because I've been with the real God for I counted on my fingers. Yep, that's right. 6 full years, 10 months and 20 days. I'm more than happy. You lied to me. Yeah, in the end, this game of the gods was won by the 2 of us brothers. It took me over 6 years to make you fall in love with me and make you willing to carry the last human child on this new land. Our civilization has been overturned, but it will live on in another way.